The Board of Commissioners' regular meeting held on Monday, May 5th, 2025, was recessed at 1:49 p.m. following item 8, a closed session. To ensure transparency and keep the public informed, an announcement of the recess and reconvening details were shared through a press release on social media and on the county website. We're now reconvening this meeting or the meeting to continue our work in an open public forum consistent with our ongoing commitment to transparent and high-performing government. At this time, I request a motion to formally reconvene the Board of Commissioners' regular meeting on Wednesday, May 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. to consider the following items: the Morton building purchase for the Sheriff's Office, Bynum property purchase for the Parks and Recreation Department, and the Volunteer Fire Department service agreements.
Motion. Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the agenda items have been approved. So we will turn this over to, is it Mr. Warren or Mr. DeSalms? Okay, Mr. DeSalms.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item is the Morton Property Acquisition and Improvement Project Ordinance, as well as the offer to purchase and contract that has been previously executed. This is an agreement between Onslow County and Morton Real Estate Holdings, LLC, regarding 3950 of Newburgh Highway in Jacksonville, North Carolina. The purchase price is $4.5 million. We actually have a due diligence period that will go from 60 days from the date that this document was signed, which was on March 27th. And during that due diligence period, we're able to terminate the contract at any time if we find something that makes it necessary to terminate the contract. With that said, this contract was signed by Mr. Warren, Assistant County Manager, but it was contingent upon this board's approval, of course, so nothing's completed until this board has considered and approved this contract as well as the project ordinance. You'll see in the project ordinance that the amount in the ordinance is $6 million. That's because I think there's $1.5 million in anticipated renovations and things of that nature. It's also my understanding that this $6 million, or a portion of it at least, will be wrapped up in the bond sale that we're hoping to do later on this summer or early fall when that goes through. I think it was this summer. And so what we're requesting the board to do is to consider the approval of the purchase contract that Mr. Warren's already signed, which of course was contingent upon your signature, as well as the applicable project ordinance. And if approved, authorize the chairman to sign the project ordinance as well as any other documents necessary to effectuate the purchase. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. The sheriff may be in a better position to answer any questions you have related to the use of the building. I'm sure you're all familiar with what he intends out there, but I know he's excited and the county's excited to be able to proceed with this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes. One of the things the citizens need to understand, I know we're spending $6 million for this building, but to build the sheriff, what he really wanted cost us $12 million. So we're saving $6 million on the project, basically, if we had to build a brand-new structure. Thank you.
We know that the sheriff's office is bursting at the seams, and they certainly need the space, so it's a good opportunity for Onslow County.
Well, I thank you, Sheriff, for the tour I had the other day, and some of the facilities and offices that your folks are in are not what they need to be. So I'm excited that we're able to do this for you, and I look forward to the end result and that your folks have some really up-to-date offices and training environments. So thank you for what you do.
I just want to say something to Sheriff Thomas. This building is instrumental to promote the operational readiness of the Sheriff's Department. Having been law enforcement and working with the Sheriff's Department for over 20 years, I think it was you, Commissioner Buchanan, they're busting out the seams. And I know that you're going to be housing, it's like a new evidence room and stuff like that. It's going to contain perishable items as well, right? And if you don't know, and that's really important, especially in rape cases, DNA, it has to be maintained for 30 plus years. It's got to be cooled, it's got to be regulated. Plus it's going to house some other personnel that need not to be identified. which I'm a former one of those guys, and I understand it completely. And what people don't realize is the responsibilities the Sheriff's Department has taken on since the last 5 years. They have just grown exponentially, and I applaud this move, and it's a cheap move. Like he said, instead of $12 million, we're saving $6 million. And I think that's a great move, and best of luck to you, Sheriff, and great job, man.
Okay.
I would just like to say, after going and looking at the building several times, the taxpayers is coming out real well in this deal. I can tell you that. We are making great strides to help the sheriff, help us as citizens, because he needs it. And we're very fortunate to be able to get this deal and get it at the deal we got.
Let's see where it goes first.
All right, any further discussion? Sounds good. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, the next is the offer to purchase the Bynum property. The county has been in contact with representatives of the Doris R. Bynum Revocable Trust regarding property adjacent to Onslow Pines Park. The property in question includes 2 parcels formerly identified as tax parcels 435-618-405-437 and 435-618-408-488. The total combined acreage of the 2 parcels is approximately 22.8 acres. The county has negotiated a purchase price of $150,000 for both parcels. An offer to purchase is in your packet that reflects that purchase price, as well as a 30-day due diligence period. So again, within the next 30 days, we would be able to terminate the contract without penalty if we saw fit or figured out anything during due diligence that made it not reasonable or acceptable to proceed forward with the sale. So what we're asking the board to do is to consider the offer to purchase the contract from the Bynum properties in the amount of $150,000. And if approved, allow the chairman to sign the appropriate documents on behalf of the county to go under contract, as well as to effectuate the purchase of the contract.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Mr. Sams?
Yep. All right, so the next item is the volunteer fire department contract. By way of background, Onslow County has determined that contracting with and providing financial assistance to nonprofit volunteer fire departments is in the best interest of Onslow County citizens, provided the agency can provide the level of service expected by the citizens of Onslow County, and further provided that the county funding is utilized and safeguarded in a manner acceptable to the citizens of the county. A committee consisting of several volunteer fire chiefs and 3 members of the Board of Commissioners met several times to negotiate terms of a contract that accomplishes the county's goals of providing excellent fire service and to safeguard the assets purchased with the taxpayer funds. Tonight, the board is asked to consider approving the terms of the proposed contract as well as the funding levels indicated on the attached spreadsheet. If approved, the volunteer fire departments will be asked to return the contract, including a list of excluded assets agreeable to the county manager, honorable for May 15th, 2025. It's respectfully requested that the Board of Commissioners consider approving the terms of the enclosed contract at the funding levels indicated in the closed spreadsheet and authorize the county manager to execute the contract upon receipt of a signed contract from each respective volunteer fire department with an excluded asset list acceptable to the county manager. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, at this-
Motion to approve.
Okay, we got a motion and a
Second.
second. We have discussion, but Mr. Smitherman, can you give us some background information and
Yes,
and
sir.
stuff on this?
Just wanted to bring to your attention, and you've seen this before, but also to the citizens' attention, that what the board is voting on this evening is the highest level of funding that has ever been provided in Onslow County to our volunteer fire departments. And I have 2 slides that show what a difference the board's involvement in funding and supporting the volunteer fire departments has done in our system. First of all is our ISO ratings. In just 15 years, if we could change the slide. Oh, I have it. In just 15 years or so, 20 years, all of our departments have gone from a 9S rating to overwhelmingly 4s and in some cases 3s. That is an incredible benefit to our homeowners. Our homeowners insurance is considerably less, all of our residents, because of these major strides that have been made. And effective 2023, this board raised taxes 3 cents to provide additional funds to our fire service. And you see the funding has increased over the last 10 years from $2 million to $8 million is what the Board of Commissioners is proposing here with this evening, which is far surpasses the level of effort that our taxpayers have provided these nonprofit corporations in the past to protect our homes and lives and properties. So the board's actions this evening will provide approximately $8 million in support of the volunteer fire service.
All right, thank you, Mr. Smitherman. Any discussion?
Yeah, I've got a few comments to make. So volunteers, you guys know that when I ran, I told you guys I was going to support you, and I'm going to continue to support you. I believe this agreement does support you, but I'm not going to lie to you. I've really wrestled with it for the last 48 hours. So this is a hard one for me, but I'm going to tell you I'm going to vote yes for it. I believe Paul and Tony and Lisa worked really hard. I know Tony came out and met with y'all one-on-one. I think Paul made a huge suggestion to the board that we took his advice on because we wanted to win y'all's hearts. And some points for me. Like I said, I've really wrestled with this, but I value your independence. I don't believe the county can afford to take over what you do. And I have not heard anything that suggests to me that the county wants to take over what you guys do. You guys are tremendous. A very good example is what happened at Crown Point. If you guys were not in business, that would be a whole different fire had y'all not been a part of that solution and been there fighting for us. Your ISO ratings, as was pointed out, are outstanding. I think there's one that could use some work on, but overall, outstanding ISO ratings. And you guys are doing a great job of managing your money. All things I value. You're running a business. Y'all are independent businesses, each one of your fire departments. So my heart is on this is that we can figure out how to continue to work through this contract process and work with you guys and make y'all successful. Because the ultimate goal is that fires get put out and put out quickly, that we save lives and we save property. And we lean on you, I lean on you. And I know I'm probably not supposed to call folks out, but Hubert Volunteer Fire Department, I've worked with them for 7 years, and that was an amazing relationship. And so I value you guys, I value the relationship we have with you, and I'm going to continue to fight for that relationship. And I thank you for everything that you guys do. That's my comments. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Well, I want to say that I appreciate what you guys do too. I really do, and I think this is a fair agreement for us to continue to fund volunteer fire departments.
Anybody else? All right. Well, I talked to one of you on the phone yesterday. Appreciated that conversation. Ricky, saw Michael at the Smithfields today. Good friends with several of you, and we've really mulled over this and worked to make sure that you're taken care of. And it's going to be in the, if we vote in the affirmative tonight, it's going to be in the budget ordinance, if I'm correct, that it will have to be approved again in a year. If there's anything that we see comes up that's not what we all want, what you want, go south, it's got to be voted on again with input from you as well. One thing is for certain, I have had Verona, Back Swamp, Halls Run, Southwest, all in the last 2 years at my house or my mother's house. So personally, I understand from personal adventures, for lack of a better term, is the service that is provided, the professional service that you provide, and that we want to help and maintain that and support you in what you do. You're vital. You're there for the well-being of our communities. You are the first line of defense when it comes to emergencies. You don't just show up to fires, you show up to wrecks. You show up to everything that is vital. Your dedication, your bravery, your service, often without pay, saves lives and protects property every day. We're committed to supporting these essential stations because every one is essential across this county, ensuring you have the resources, the training that you need to be effective in what you do. As one community, we can strengthen these efforts and build a safer future for all. With the funding that's in there, the greatest that we've seen in years, that I think that we're excited about being able to fund you at this rate as it's continued to rise over the years and meet your needs, and just see how much it has impacted you positively and the outstanding service and dedication to your community. I remember Ricky coming to us for a jet ski, and we jumped all over that because of what y'all do. Brandon, same thing. You guys are essential, and we appreciate what you do. And we're looking forward to working together and continuing providing the services that you've been providing so excellently for years. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, hearing none, motion carries. All right, that's the last item tonight. So at this point, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.